All right, everybody, we're doing a demo today inside of the bathroom here in Portland, Oregon. We have our rehab. Today we're working on the shower. We're going to be, well, the full bathroom. We took out the tub enclosure that was here, and we are going to be taking down the mirror, moving the plumbing to make it a Jack and Jill sink, and then building the shower enclosure out a little ways to make it a bigger walk-in shower. You can see here the tile was two different types of tile. You have this tile, and then they had done an overlay right here. So I'm wearing my respirator right now because the room is really dusty. It's in an enclosed space. So that's why I sound funny. I apologize. I'm going to show you guys what happens if you do tile without putting quickset, and if you try to put it on a gloss surface. The tile literally just falls off. You can see this one hasn't been messed with. You can see there when you start to move up, it's just literally sitting really, really dangerous. So be careful when you're doing this. This is ceramic tile, so they are very sharp edges. Make sure you're wearing long sleeves, pants, boots, all the proper protective equipment. So when you're going through here, for all those DIY guys, okay, this is a no-no. You can't put tile over an exposed plumbing line. So they didn't even cap that off. Why they did it that way, I don't have an answer. But they just left an open valve right there behind the tile. So they did a lot of things that were very, very against code. So we are definitely making sure that we photograph and record all of these things, because if somebody buys this house and that comes into the light, we want to make sure that everybody knows we had no knowledge of it, which obviously we didn't. We fired that contractor and since moved on. But when you're taking off the flooring and the tile, so the tile, obviously you just kind of peel off. This is my pry bar. That's my only tool that I use for this. When you're taking off the subflooring, what you're going to do, so we're going to make the floor bigger. So you can see here, I use my Dremel, Dremel Ultra Saw to cut through the tile lines, right? And that creates an easier transition when you're pulling up the tile. So we're going to pull this drain out here, and that's why I cut up to that area right there. So we're going to pull all the subflooring up first. This rubber membrane here is to make sure that the water is staying on the outside of the wood and not seeping into the wood. So you see here, you have some structure that's built underneath it. Trying to salvage as much of that as possible. So you can see here, you have structure that's built up underneath it. You have the subfloor all the way down here. Then you have, looks like one bis sitting here, or maybe two bis that are laying on their side. And then you have the subflooring, hardy board, and the tiles laid on top of it. So you go through here, get your pry bar. I prefer using the sledgehammer. You just sit there and keep hitting it over and over until it falls out of place. As it peels off, you just move it out of the way and keep going. And you see once you get past that, so this is all supposed to be the same type, it's supposed to be level. Once again, the contractor didn't do what they were supposed to do, so that's why I'm in here doing it myself. Either way, whether they do it or I do it, it has to be done right. So just a quick tidbit for everybody out there that likes to do the DIY, that likes to do any rehabs, flips, anything like we do. A little bit of advice: make sure that you have the right paperwork, and you make sure that your references for your contractor actually line up. Otherwise, you get to spend your quarantine days out working instead of sitting at home relaxing. All right, guys, I got a lot to do. I'm going to let you go.